How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about Valerian, the City of a Thousand Planets, directed by Luc Besson. And this film has been out in theaters for about 2 weeks. I have really considered not even seeing this film, really. There's just been so many other movies out in theaters that, judging based on what I've seen in the trailers, I was not really sold on this movie. The visuals looked all great and everything, but I've seen that before and films have been a letdown. Jupiter Ascending, perfect example of that film. That just looked completely amazing. You go in theaters and you're just completely disappointed because of just how terrible the film is. And there's just so many other films, like I said, with Dunkirk, Atomic Blonde coming out, that I really was kind of choosing which film I was going to see. And this movie was kind of just put up to the side. My biggest issue with the film going in, judging based on the trailers, was our two main leads. The characters seemed a little bit too young to be playing these parts. I couldn't take it seriously. It seemed like a more mature, bigger budgeted version of Spy Kids, and that was kind of turning me off. After actually finally sitting down and watching this, I will say that this film is a pleasant surprise of 2017. This movie has been trashed by Rotten Tomatoes and critics all around, and I think that it is wrongfully done so. There's a lot of really neat things that this film has done. It's a very enjoyable film. I had a blast watching it. And just because a movie has a lot of issues does not mean it's a bad movie. Star Wars The Force Awakens, perfect example. Movie, I had a ton of issues with that film. Still love that movie. It ended up being number 2 of best movies of 2015 for me. With this film, I have kind of the same kind of love and hate for this. There are definitely the creativity, the world building, the visual effects of this film are absolutely astounding. I think it's really marvelous to look at. The first 30 minutes you're just kind of gazing and you're kind of just like drawing in this world, this beautiness. I love there's certain things that are just like completely incredible, like creating these alternate dimensions, jumping through portals, putting on like this virtual reality kind of like helmet, I guess, that we have now with the VR technology and experiencing a totally different world. It was just so creative, and I really enjoyed those elements of the film in the first half of the movie. I mean, you can't question the work that Luc Besson has done in this film. And the guy is creative as hell. We've seen that in The Fifth Element, and he's carried it on here 15 years later. The guy knows how to make a movie. Where I think people kind of lose it is maybe dialogue and maybe characters, and to some extent I could agree. In terms of story, I really like the story. I like the fact that you have multiple planets coming together, settling their differences and kind of coming together to form one planet. But what this thing does is that because everyone's kind of come together, the population has gone out of hand and the economy has started spiraling downhill. Therefore, they are looking for this replicator device that can help bring back their economy and restore everything the way it was. And that's where they send these two agents, Valerian and Laureline, to find this replicator. And amidst all this, they find that there is a government cover-up taking place. In terms of our two main leads, going in, I said I didn't look like I was going to like them. They might be a little too young to be discussing certain topics that they are. Valerian is talking about settling down, talking about love, marriage, and it's something that just is a bit weird. Had they chosen like actors that were 9, 10 years older, it would have been a much more effective. But these are teenagers, so you don't take the romance as seriously as you should. Dialogue might have been a little bit wooden, but then again, when it comes to dialogue, is that really what's going to be the downfall of a movie? Maybe it is. You look at Star Wars, the prequels, people still love those films, but some people don't. And for me, for one, I still like watching them. Rewatching them now, the effects are really outdated and the dialogue is terrible, but I still have a lot of fun watching those movies. And I feel like this is where this movie falls in. Dialogue's got some issues, there's some other minor issues with the film, but overall, there's still a lot of really cool things about this film, and it's still a lot of fun to watch. Aside from dialogue, there are definitely issues with the villain not being all that great. Clive Owen also just overacting really badly. There was effort made, it shows. I think this is a movie that's going to age pretty well and develop a fan base later on, much like The Fifth Element did. I'm going to be giving Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets a B-. if you're thinking about whether to see this film, do check it out. It's not every day you get this kind of unique, unusual science fiction film. Looking forward to a sequel, but considering that this movie had a $177 million budget, it might not end up happening. We'll see what happens overseas, but it's barely making like $50 million. So it's a shame that this movie is sinking. If you have any thoughts about this film, whether you've seen it or not, please comment your thoughts down below. I would be interested in reading what your thoughts were on this film, because obviously kind of a mixed bag of emotions for people with this film. And if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up down there on the bottom. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so down below. And I'll see you guys next time for more unboxings, reviews, and movie news.